आसा महला पंजवा अपुष्ट बात ते पई सिदरी दूत दुष्ट सजनई अंधकार मह रतन प्रगस्यो मलीन बुद्ध हछनई जो कृपा गोविंद पई सुख संपत हर नाम फल पाई सतगुर मिलई रहाऊ मोहि कृपन को कोई न जानत सगल पवन प्रगटई संग बैठनो कहीं न पावत हुण सगल चरण सेवई आड आड को फिरत ढूंढते मानु सगल तृष्ण बुझ गई एक बोल पी खबतो नाही साध संगत सीत लई एक जीह गुण कवन वखानै अगम अगम अगमई दास 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 को करियहु जन नानक हर शरणई।
वाहिगुरु जी का खालसा, वाहिगुरु जी की फतेह। The Shabad which you all were listening is from Guru Gobind Sahib Ji, which means with the blessings of Vaheguru Ji, when we start following the spiritual path, we find peace, wealth and prosperity. At MANGAL MARG, we have been working on holistic transformation which covers all aspects of life, physical, mental and spiritual. In this video, I want to introduce to you someone who has undergone this transformation in a very brief period during her stay at our center. I'm pleased to introduce her and bring forth her transformational journey, which hopefully will inspire many people around the world. Vaheguru Ji ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji ki Fateh. The lady sitting next to me is Jaiteg Kaur, formerly known by her name Deirdre Doumanis. Let's find out from her about her transformational journey from Deirdre Doumanis to Jaiteg Kaur. So Jaiteg Kaur, let's start from the beginning. What prompted you to follow this path of Sikhism?
Thank you, Amitoj. I grew up on a farm in Africa, in South Africa actually. I went to school and studied after school. Then, as life takes us, we all get involved in a hectic schedule, on the rat race, in the corporate industry. And I got to a point where I was totally burnt out around 2012, 2013. And I started my search. I wanted to start another life. In 2016, I was very fortunate to meet a gentleman, Kaur is his name, in Cape Town, South Africa, which then became my counselor. At that stage, I had no clue what Sikhism was. I didn't know he was a Sikh. He was wearing a little turban. I had no clue. But as our friendship grew and as the counseling went and as his guidance assisted me over the last 4 years, I just could not believe this guy's selfless service and his dedication to me, wanting nothing, just helping me to get on the right path and helping me to get out of this dark hole that I was in. And through the process, his selfless service and his strong, firm faith in God and his guru, which at that stage from the Western world sounded like an amazing thing to have. And I couldn't believe it, and I actually promised him that because of all his service he's done for me, I will come to India and I will take him on a pilgrimage. I will join him on a pilgrimage. And that is how I landed in India, and therefore I started with him and visited all the 5 Takhats, or the main thrones, the 5 thrones of God in Sikhism. And as I went through the process and seen many, many Gurdwaras, I started learning about the rich history of the Sikh people, the amazing strong faith they have, the deep, deep value system, and the selfless service they offer to the world. And there I got hooked in.
That's very heartening to learn. So you probably might be the first South African to visit all the 5 Takhats, maybe.
I'm sure I am, yes.
Yeah. So how did you land up in Anandpur Sahib?
Amitoj, it's an interesting story. I was at Amitoj Sahib in Nanded in the south of India, and I had a message from Guru Gobind Singh that I needed to come back to Anandpur Sahib, where I were in January. I then proceeded to come by bus from Delhi, and on the bus I met two Sikh gentlemen. As through my whole journey I've had all these saints that was always guiding me, and these two gentlemen said to me, "But I'm sure you're coming to Hola Mohalla festival." And I said, "No, I'm not, because there's no accommodation in Anandpur Sahib at this time. I'm only coming for 3 days and I'm leaving." And they convinced me to find accommodation in Anandpur Sahib and stay for Hola Mohalla. And thereby, by the second day, went to the Takhat accommodation and asked. I knew it was a crazy question because I knew 600,000 people were arriving for the festival. There was no place in Anandpur Sahib. But the gentleman guided me into the main office, where I met a gentleman that was also waiting for accommodation. And he said to me, "Sure, what are you doing here?" And I said, "Well, I'm looking for a room." He said, "Let me phone somebody." And he phoned you. Up until today, nobody knows who the gentleman is. And I landed, I phoned to you, he phoned you, Amitoj, and 2 days later I arrived at MARG. And that's where my journey started.
That means you are destined to be here.
Definitely. I was definitely sent to be here.
So you have been here since Hola Mohalla, which was in March, and you have experienced many things. I want you to share with the viewers about your experience during your stay.
Amitoj, as you can remember, I landed here for 3 days for Hola Mohalla, and blessed as we all were, a lockdown happened, and I'm still here with you. So my first experience of arriving at MARG was amazing. I remember coming into the property and seeing flowers everywhere.
Yeah, that was probably the time of the full bloom, when the flowers were at their full bloom.
Absolutely, it was beautiful. And the first thought that went through my mind was, Guru placed flowers at my feet. Am I not blessed to be here? And the things that really impressed me from being here is the family environment, that I was immediately drawn into and made part of your family. I was also surprised to find 10 children that was staying on the property and schooled and groomed by Singh Sahib ji and yourself. They taught me quite a lot of Punjabi words. They taught me the Sikh martial arts, Gatka. And I had a lot of fun with them before they all left on holiday. And there were just more and more surprises. I then learned that you do Ayurvedic treatments. I've been involved in assisting you. I've been took some training from you. I've also been, the most precious thing that I can say that happened to me here, which I haven't mentioned to you yet, is every morning when we do the morning prayers, I'm very privileged to go into the holy room with you and take the Holy Granth and open the book and do the morning prayers. And then also I've had lots of counseling from you into Sikhism, a lot of questions and things that was, because this is a big sea. This is a very big sea that I don't think I could ever know everything. So I was just taking the first drops, and then also had one-on-one counseling with Singh Sahib. And Singh Sahib helped me and assisted me through choosing my name from the Holy Granth ceremony for me. And then also taking me to the next step, which is a very high level in Sikhism, and that's taking Amrit, or being initiated or baptized into Sikhism. So I've been very fortunate to experience that.
I want to add something for my viewers here. While we were performing the naming ceremony, we got Hukamnama from Guru Gobind Sahib ji, Jit Par Brahm Chit Aya, So Kardaya Vasaya. So as per Sikhism, we named the person from the first letter of the Hukamnama, which was J. So we discussed few names with her and eventually decided on Jaiteg Kaur, which means hail the victory of supreme power. Is that so?
Absolutely.
Yeah, great. So, moving ahead. Now that you have changed the name, you have started tying the turban, and also you have taken the blessing of Amrit. So, what change do you feel in your life after all this?
Wow, Amitoj, that's a very big question. Thanks to your beautiful wife, she taught me how to tie my turbans and did the first few days for me. And the experience of just wearing a turban, if you've never worn one, feels like God's hands are placed on your head. It's the most surreal feeling.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And after that, I decided to take Amrit. The experience there was that I counseled with your dad, Singh Sahib, quite a few times before I took the big step, because I knew that it was an ocean ahead of me and I was literally taking the first drop. It's my new start. It's a lot of new things to learn. And in the ceremony, I was very blessed that during lockdown, when they did the first ceremony since lockdown, I was very blessed to be present there. And wow, the feeling. I could feel Guru Gobind Singh touching my heart during the Amrit ceremony, where you are given the holy nectar to drink and sprinkled on you. It's an unbelievable feeling. I also, during the process, being in the hall with another 30 people, I would say, amazingly, a little lady landed next to me that spoke fluently English. Another saint was placed. So a few of the rituals, she could actually just assisted me to help me through it. So I've always been guided. And now my journey forward after this, definitely I need to learn Punjabi is the first thing, and the next thing would definitely be to be able to read the Holy Quran.
So, I just want to ask something from you, that generally there is a little bit fear, or I must say there is misunderstanding, that I won't be able to perform the duties, the daily routines, the prayers after taking Amrit. So people move away from, they don't decide to take Amrit, that I won't be able to perform the duties. So how did you make up your mind that no, I'm not gonna listen to those thoughts, those fears, I will definitely take up Amrit and I will do it?
When Singh Sahib counseled me and said to me that he's watched me over the last 3 months, living with you guys and living the Sikh way, that I'm already there. And doing the morning prayers, I was anyway doing it with you in the mornings. And all I had to do was then start listening. And I was very concerned because I wasn't able to read the prayers myself. But I listen to them now. And slowly but surely, I've taken from the internet the words, and I'm trying to repeat it with the Granthi as he reads it. So yes, it's a slow process, but it was not as daunting as what I thought. I was already doing quite a lot of things. I was already wearing kara, and now I'm wearing all the other in my kirpan. So yes, it's a few adjustments, but it's not as daunting as what I thought. It's actually an amazing journey, and the power that has been instilled in me now, and the changes of my spiritual growth, and it feels like a flower has just started blooming. My heart has opened up even further and even more, and I understand now why Sikh people do so much selfless service to the community. It is in them. It's not that they even try. It's in you. It's in Amrit puts it into you. It's an unbelievable feeling.
I want to tell something to the people who makes excuses that they are not capable of following the Sikh path, or they cannot perform the duties, or that Amrit limits them. She is a living example that when you dedicate your life, or when you surrender to Guru Sahib, your life can change. If her life can change, then yours also. So, last but not the least, now after all this transformation, what is your vision for the future?
Amitoj, firstly for myself, I'm going to learn Punjabi, and I'm already involved in the community at the moment. I want to do some more community service. I love animals unlimitedly, so I want to get involved with animal care, specifically in Anandpur Sahib, because I love this town. I want to transfer my skill set, art, crafts, management, and most of all, I want to inspire many other people into the path of Sikhism. I want to teach generosity, selfless service, humanity, humility, and spirituality. And I would like to be involved in MANGAL March going forward.
So, Ms. Jaiteg, from the bottom of my heart, I want to tell you that we are pleased to have you here and feel humbled to share our knowledge with you. I hope this conversation has ignited a spark in your heart, that a positive change can occur in everyone's life at any moment. While Ms. Jaiteg has undergone transformation in her life, I want to tell you all that we respect all religions, culture, and belief. Our only aim is to help you and guide you to obtain a spiritual bliss. Feel free to contact us at MARG and find out how it can benefit you. Please like and share this video and subscribe to our channel, and leave the suggestions or questions if you have any in the comment box. And I also request you to please follow the blog of Miss Jaiteg to know more about her journey. Thank you very much. Waheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ji Ki Fateh.